Okay, so what we want to do now is we just want to go on and do something a little bit more complex. Now, you'll notice just to the left of your spacebar on the keyboard, there's the command button. It has a little squiggly logo next to it, and that's called the command logo. So what we want to do is we want to have a go at drawing that out. So I'm just going to spend a bit of time doing this. It's a little bit finicky, but let's just see how we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click, and if I hold down my shift key, you'll notice it maintains the same axis. And now what I want to do is click and drag down there. I want to come up here, click and drag up, pressing my shift key down before I let go. Shift click. And also if I shift click here, it will bring up at 45 degrees. And drag that down to there. And drag that over to there. Shift click. And drag that one up to there. Just below. Now remember, don't click on that point. We want to click just slightly offsetting it. Shift key before I let go. And just below this one, shift click. Finally, let's come down to here and click and drag up to there. And notice, let's just do that again. You'll notice when I get near the end, that little 0 sign is appearing next to the bottom right hand side of my cursor. That's indicating I'm closing the curve. So now what I can do is I can spend a bit of time, trying to straighten this up a little bit. And the idea is probably you can spend a bit of time just getting it roughly correct. Now what I could have done to make things a little bit easier for myself, I could have put some guides in here, but don't worry about that. We're going to get in and do it a better way. Now, notice if I lose my point, I can just click back on the handle again and drag that up to there. So there's my command logo. Okay, now I'm just going to get my zoom tool, and either that one, and I can see I can just click and drag zooming into there, and I'm going to get my white arrow tool, and I just want to go through and click on that point and arrow up on my keyboard, click on that point, arrow over to the right on my keyboard, and I might just bring this point down a little bit. That's better there. And again, arrow down on my keyboard, and this one arrow left on my keyboard, and up here point, arrow right on my keyboard, and this one arrow up on my keyboard, and this one arrow right on my keyboard. And again, you see there's a bit of a kink there, so I might just bring that curve up a little bit, and that's kind of looking okay. Again, if I wanted to be really pedantic, I could start dragging this around and press my shift key down, which will put that curve at 45 degrees. Another little keyboard shortcut. And again, dragging this down, press down my shift key, 45 degrees. I know it needs to be. And notice I'm holding the keyboard, I'm holding the space bar down on my keyboard to actually be able to do that. And let's just have a look at this one. Again, let's just shift that round, pressing down my shift key. And there we are there. And last but not least, we'll grab this one as well. And I'll just drag that up a little bit, press down my shift key. And there we are. Now, it's not perfect by any means, but we just want to spend a bit of time practicing with that. And then we'll come back in a minute and have a look at the best way to do it.